All right, y'all. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I am your host. I'm the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius, and I am so excited that you have joined me tonight. Looking forward to another wonderful show because we have an awesome guest here with us tonight. And I'll tell you a little bit about him in a second. So I want to make sure that everybody is ready. Also, thank you for tuning in and supporting the show and BronxNet TV. You can catch this show, as you know, every single Monday night at 10:30, or you can catch it on BronxNet.tv on the internet if you're not in New York City in the Bronx. All right. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about my guest tonight. It's actually coming up on a year since I met this brother. And in that year, we've done so many things together. But when we met, this man already had a catalog of things that he was doing. And in this year, he is a producer, he's a director, he's an editor. He's also a magazine editor in chief. He's got so many projects rolling. And I'm so appreciative that he came in to sit down tonight because we actually met January 19th at the premiere of Whatever It Takes the movie, When Blood Runs Cold, at the Regal Theater in Times Square here in New York. And him and his crew were out there on the red carpet covering the show, the whole movie premiere. It was a show, too. That lobby was a show. And they did such a great job. We communicated and we collaborated and we did some things together this year. It's crazy. It seems like a lot of stuff that we've done, it seems like more than a year. So, a very talented man. We're going to get right into it and bring him in right now. 2 minutes after the hour, when the show starts, you know that's when I bring my guest. So please welcome to the show, all the way from Brooklyn, Brother Michael. Good evening, sir.
Hey, how's everyone going? I'm doing just fine.
Great, man. Thank you so much for being here and doing this.
Yeah. It's my pleasure. I'm just trying to get some things still straightened out here because I'm still going through some through some things here. Because apparently my phone died, so I'm doing a what you call it a readjustment.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, listen, technology, that's what we got to do. So
Oh
we'll,
yeah.
we'll,
Oh
we'll make it happen. We'll keep it going. I want to say what's up to producer Smoke out there and folks that are joining in and following the show. Listen, man, let's jump right into it. It is coming up on a year that we met
yeah. Yes. It
at the,
has been.
at the premiere, and me meeting you out there on the red carpet, and you doing your thing with your crew from Pike TV, Miss Tony, Jill, and it seems like we've known each other long because we jumped right in and started doing some things. That night, you said to me, you gave me your critique of the movie.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we talked about some things, and we said,
Hmm.
let's work together, let's do something. And look at what happened.
Oh
You did.
yes.
You did.
Yes.
So for the people that don't know you, man, let the folks know exactly where you come from, where you're from, and then we'll get into the business of the business and make this kind of like a mellow business interview.
Yeah. I am Brother Michael. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Born, raised. I am a military person. Spent 6 years in the military. Kind of had some fun. I mean, I spent some time in Fort Benning, Georgia. That's where I kind of got my roots, and that's kind of the place that really got me on track. And I really enjoyed it.
Okay, so you're a military man. Thank you
Oh
for
yes,
what you did for us as a veteran. And is that where you started getting your skills and getting your skills? I talked a little bit about what you do, from the television aspect to the magazines to all of the things that you do. Is that where you started? When did you get to start actually enjoying this kind of this field?
well, I've been really exploring a lot of things when I was growing up. I was very creative. But then when I got into the service, I kind of got, as to say, loose and goosey. It's kind of gave me the opportunity to really explore myself and kind of gain some confidence. And that's what in the military they have something called the confidence course, where if you're not after that, there is no way you're not confident about the things that you do. So by me getting into that and doing that, it kind of really brought me out of my shell. And then I kind of turned that into what I'm doing now, which I went to college at LaGuardia Community College up in Queens,
Okay.
and I have a degree in computer science, which was helpful. And while I was there, I was going through it's an educational course, but I was already into computers at that time. So they asked me to teach a class in college. I was kind of set back behind. I'm like, okay, you want me to teach this class? So I was able to teach a class for one semester, but that wasn't on the actual college side yet. But that was just to get me started.
Okay.
But then once I got started, I became an activist. And I kind of helped students, but it was really my start to what I'm doing now because I'm always pushing myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and now the course that you took. This was basically the foundation of you being able to or getting into the wanting to produce television and do a magazine.
Well, at that time, which was kind of weird, I did my very first magazine. I took a look at it some years ago and I said, man, I've come a long way since then.
Okay.
I mean, a long way. I left it was just so, the graphics that I used back then, of course, it was wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
But when I look at it now, I just shake my head like, man, I went
Yeah.
through something back then. But that was my first taste of doing a magazine, and that was for the college.
Mm. Okay. Okay. And also, so you got out, you did your military stint, and you decided to dive into this field because now you do it. Basically, you do it because you do a lot of things, like I said earlier. So, when did you decide that this is something you was going to do?
Well, let me take a step back. I was also involved in photography. That was really my niche. And by me being involved in photography, I kind of just got a good feel for it. So photography really got me started. And once I got started in photography, then everything else started to come along slowly but surely. Then I started getting involved in different classes. And a few years ago, I got involved with Brick,
Hmm.
which is in Brooklyn.
Right. Right.
And once I got started with them, I took some classes in video editing and Photoshop and different things to kind of get me started. But I was doing most of that on the fly in a sense.
Right. Okay.
And and I was just doing YouTube university stuff. So whenever I had a question, I would go and type it in and say, well, how do I do this and how do I do that? And I became really good at what I was doing.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
Hmm.
but the photography part of it was really weird, if I could state that. When I was doing the shows at, let me get my head together here.
No problem.
At the concerts in Brooklyn, I was doing film, so film was a little bit tough. It wasn't digital yet. But then when I started to get back into digital, one of the individuals had told me that I don't want you taking my picture with that BS camera. I said, "Excuse me." I mean, I had a little bit of camera like this, and the
Yeah.
guy who was really mentoring me, he had a used camera, so that was my motivation.
Right.
So
Right.
after that, I started dwelling into lenses, into cameras, into different methods, and then the most important thing I found out was lighting.
Right.
That was the key to any photograph. And I studied the 1 to 8 point lighting. And then I started to say, well, hold, let me just back away. Let me just do some simple lighting first. And now lighting is pretty simple to me now. I mean, I can walk into a room and know what the temperature is.
Right. Yeah.
I would have to get me a little card and put up there and say, well, what is the temperature? Or either get a little light meter. I know automatically because the way I studied lighting.
Right, right. And the more you do it, obviously, the better you become.
Yes.
Trial and error. I'm a YouTube student as well.
Oh, I hear that.
I jump to YouTube for anything. If I forget how to put a light bulb in, I type in how to put that light bulb in on YouTube, and boom, and it's free, so it's
Oh
easy.
yeah,
It's good on
yes.
the pocket. Okay, so you got your photography thing down, you got your TV producing thing down, and also now where did the magazine come in at? Because how did that come about?
Well, I was working with another individual. Her name is Donna Michelle, and we were working on some different concepts. So we started the Michelle Fashions magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, I think, in 2000, and I think in 16 or so. And I was the publishing editor of that magazine, and that gave me some additional skill sets to really to work on, and that was interesting, very interesting. But with that magazine, what it did was it helped me to really push the envelope by being creative. And if you look at some of the different magazine covers that I did, that matter of fact that we produced, it was great.
Right, right.
I mean, we had different stars. We had from Melissa Morgan to Melba Moore. I mean, those are different type of people that we had on the magazine, and our storyline was very good. But after a while, I really want to really delve into something that I felt was for my own.
Mm-hmm.
So about, I believe about a year and a half ago, I started my own magazine, which is called Photography Insight Plus magazine. Now, when you look at the words of the magazine, you think, okay, Photography Insight Plus magazine, okay, what is that all about? It's all about plus. It's all about everything, not just about fashion, not about photography. It's about every concept that a camera can take.
Right.
So if you are a photographer and you're taking a picture, I mean, even of a simple building, a flower, a person, or even of lighting, or even of the sky, it doesn't really matter. As long as you understand how to frame it, how to make sure you position yourself correctly, then you can take a great photograph.
Right, right. And you're doing that now. Matter of fact, you just and we're going to jump and flip and bounce around. You just finished. You said prior to us coming on, you just did another edition, which will be out soon.
Yes, this edition for all of us is a step into where that I was thinking about this really some years ago. And with the help of my publishing editor, or my managing editor, Miss Tony Young, we
Hmm.
came up with this concept called exposure. Yes, and yes, exposure. And my matter of fact, my one of my best friends, she had gave me this particular concept. Matter of fact, we had the concept, but I had gave her the line. So what she had said, no, you should change the line to say a look into natural beauty. And
Hmm.
that's where we decide to go. So the magazine will drop on January the 15th of this year. So we got about what, 8 more days before you definitely see the covers on the magazine.
Well, by the time they see this episode, it's probably going to be out already. So the magazine,
Okay, all right,
yeah,
cool,
so
cool,
it'll be
cool.
fresh. Okay, cool.
Oh yes,
But all right, so that's cool. And exposure. As soon as somebody hears that word, they go in the right direction, though, right? Because I did, even though I know
yes,
about it. You giggle because that's what it
yeah,
is.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
It's
exposure.
classy, though.
It's just it's see. I have always felt that if I'm going to be the one behind this camera taking this shot, it has to be classy. It has to have some authentication to it. It can't just be roundy and
Right,
just
right.
gross and oh no no no. This magazine I am so proud of.
Okay.
I mean, this is what the combination of years of photography has done for me.
Hmm.
With my editing skills, with the lighting skills, and how I see and envision what I'm trying to take, helped. And then having Tony there as the creative director, we
Hmm.
kind of put this whole thing together along with Ashley as well. Was it Ashley? I think it's Ashley. We kind of put this whole concept together, and when you see the magazine on the 15th, you're gonna say Michael did a damn good job.
Well, listen, I got to say this, and this is just me speaking humbly. I was going to audition. I was going to send photos in, but I figured it was time for me to let other people be in your magazines and stuff. Since
Oh,
you
I
got,
hear that.
you
I
guys,
hear
you guys have blessed me enough, over the
I hear
years. So
that. I hear that.
yeah, you got to be there and do that. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely, man. Congratulations on that, and
Yes.
congratulations on your shows. Now you've got several shows. You mentioned Brick. You've got
Yes.
several shows on Brick. So let's talk about those.
Okay. The main show is Pipe TV, and when I came up with the concept for Pipe TV, I was thinking, okay, how am I gonna? Wait. First of all, what was the name of my new TV show? Since I already had the magazine, it was PIPM, which is for Photography Insight Plus a magazine. I wanted to keep it along the same realm as that. So I said PIP what? PIP what? And it kept going over my head. And then someone said, maybe you should put an E at the end.
Right,
Okay. All right.
right,
So I said, okay, so pipe. But now when certain people hear the word pipe, they think of it not the way that you would think pipe would be described as. So I
okay,
was like, yeah, I like this. Okay, so I said Pipe TV is the name for it. So it's Photography Insight Plus Experience.
creative, very creative.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
So
and
that's yes, go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry. I was no, go ahead. You finish.
Yeah, so with that said, it kind of helped me to understand what direction I want to take the show in. So with the experience, we found guests that would actually bring the show out of the shell, and it really is. Pipe TV, the concept is that where Photography Insight Plus comes to life. So we take the interview from the magazine and we put it on TV.
Right, right. And now I was going to say, Pipe TV is the parent
Right, the parent, yes, the parent
company,
company.
and
Right,
then
yes, it is.
you launched last year. You launched other programs. Can we talk about those?
Yes, the first one is On the Move with Miss Tony.
Hmm.
We have Beauty Behold Beauty Transitions with Jill Foster. And we have Sessions Cafe with Carrie D. Yeah, say it right, D Singleton.
Yeah, yeah. You better
Yes,
make
D.
sure you get his name right.
Yeah, yeah. He always said, "Hey, don't forget the D." All right. So, what does the D stand for?
That's awesome now because again this is you're branching off and you have
Yeah.
these great shows coming off of the parent company's holding it down, the magazine's holding it down.
Yes.
You're just a whole corporation within itself by itself, and I think it's
Yes.
kind of cool to have everything inside this your team,
Yes.
because
Yes.
you don't have to really go outside and do but so much except get the guests and the models
Right.
and the
The
actors.
guess. Right. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
any plans this year for anything else to launch off of this?
Well, there is one of the. Well, my idea is it's called Street Talk. That's one of the things that I want to bring across where that we find people on the street and we just ask them general questions, or either we bring based on one even called Stoop Talk right to my stoop where I live at and interview them right there.
Right, right. And obviously that would have to be sometime when it gets warm.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Oh yeah.
Warm and a little bit less of COVID freeness.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Without a doubt. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's a great concept. Great concept. All right, cool. Do
Yeah.
you dibble dabble in? All right, I know this, but I want to expand more on it.
Okay.
Because you basically do everything from the editing, the director, producing, directing these shows, and doing things, and you also provide the music. Tell us where your musical background comes from.
Well, I am a DJ by trade. I've been playing music since 1979. Yeah,
Okay.
1979. And one of my greatest feats was that I was playing. at a park. It's called Lefferts Park in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And I had really just got out to service, but I was still doing my thing. And as I'm playing, well, as we all come into the park, there's a whole group of DJs. So we all got together and we said, well, let's go to the park to jam and have some fun. All right, cool. So I'm already there with me and my partner Mike. We called him Big Mike
Okay.
at the time. So as everyone coming to the park, the guys that come into the park is like, okay, and it takes two guys to carry one of their speakers, two guys to carry one of their amps. Now
Right.
I had little stuff I had because see, since I am an engineer, I designed my own speakers
Okay.
where that I could get the best quality of the sound, the best depending on the frequency that I'm going to get. So yes, I had two small little speakers that I had designed. I had them out there. So as they're coming in, first thing, oh, Mike, hey, let's just go, let's have some fun. And then all of a sudden, everyone heard the word, no, this is a challenge. I was like, what? What challenge? Wait. I'm seeing two guys carrying one speaker, carrying amps, and they had more stuff that I could even blink.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, I was a little bit nervous. Believe me, I was a little bit nervous at that time.
Okay.
But this great friend of mine, he said, Michael, don't worry about it. I'm like, what you mean don't worry about it? Look what they got over there. He said, I want you to do this for me. So he whispered in my ear. He says, yo, you want to really mess with them? Do this. So as they play in their music, I find a song similar to it, and I would play under it and turn my sound up a little bit, up, and then pull it back.
Mm-hmm.
And people were looking at me like, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? He said, Michael, that's how you get them. Make them beat you by trying to get a better sound than you. I'm like, okay, all right. So I would do that on lots of their music. And it got to a point, Shawn, where I got bold. So I started turning my music up more and more and more. And as I did that, they tried to do it too. So as they going up, I heard like, what the hell? They blew the entire system out.
Right. Right.
So they said, hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
So that night was the greatest night of me being a DJ because the whole park knew how bad I was.
Now it was your thing.
Oh yeah, it was. That park was packed that night. It was packed, and I pat myself in the back because vinyl at that time I was throwing down. They
Right.
could not touch me.
Okay.
But after that, Shawn, the next day we went to Wingate Park to play basketball. So I just happened to walk up to them, and I heard people say, yo, man, he beat us with little bitty speakers. Yo, he beat us with little bitty speakers.
Yeah.
And I just took it and just said, man, I just kept my mouth open. I'm like, damn, I really did that to these guys. Cool.
Right. Well, see, in saying that, cool. Let me ask you a question then, because there are people out there probably might be thinking about trying to do some of this. What advice would you give folks? Because you have so many avenues that you're good in. You know, what advice would you give someone? Because I was told at one point, honestly, by somebody close to me, that I should just focus on one thing because I'm really good at this. But I didn't believe that. You know what I mean? I didn't take that. I heard them. So what would you tell people? Because you do now, you do TV, you do magazines, you DJ, you got music, and you're doing it all. So what advice would you give folks trying to kind of follow in the footsteps and do that same kind of stuff?
The same thing I have told my kids to always look at look at what you're going down, what road you're going down. Find something that the people need. If it's one, two, or three things, be good at everything that you do. So since I'm into to music, I'm into TV, I'm into magazines, I'm good at everything because that's what I tried myself to do. I mean, I pushed myself hard, and it's the same thing I have taught my kids for the last, I guess, 40-something years now. Be good at everything that you do. Same thing my father told me many years ago. If you're going to pick something, If it's one, two, three things, work hard at it. Just don't say, okay, I can do one thing and one thing well, but then what if that one thing disappears? What if now there's no more DJs?
Right, right.
Then what you're going to do? So now that if there's no more DJing, I can get into magazines. I can
Hmm.
get into video editing, sound editing. So I mean, these are different things that I have forced myself to do, and by me forcing myself, I become better at doing all of them good.
Right, right. And if anything, the pandemic has kind of taught us a little bit about that because it came and snatched the rug out from under our feet.
Oh yes, it did. Yes,
And if
it
you
did.
only have one thing to do, because when we didn't see this coming, you're kind of stuck. But
Yeah,
those who
yes,
have
yes,
multiple stuff. Hey man, I just want to say I'm not nosy, but I'm looking in the background there over your left.
yes.
It's probably over your left shoulder, but it looks over your right. I see a bunch of bottles back there. Are you a man after my own heart? Is that this stuff? Is that what I see back there?
Yeah, I don't know if it is or not, but it could be.
Are you into oils back there, man?
Well, I'm into a lot of things. Matter of fact, my daughter, she's into different things as well. So, I mean, first of all, my youngest daughter, she does makeup
Okay.
and she's into beauty products. So she does two things very well. I have another daughter, she's a chef.
All right.
She can throw down like you don't know what. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I mean, you really have to show your kids the different aspects of life, and I showed all my kids how to really to push forward.
Right. Okay, but now you avoided my question. Like there's something in those bottles that ain't supposed to be back there. Is that oil back there on that shelf?
Well, yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be
See,
some
there
type
you
of
go
oil
again.
back there.
All right, cool. I'll leave it where it is.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Okay, so in
indeed.
about a few minutes, man, I'm going to take a short break, but I want to ask you this
Okay.
before we go into the break. What's the plans? What's the immediate plans for you as far as what you're doing with the projects? I know again you told me that what you got, but like let's change it. What are your long term goals for Pipe TV?
To really take it national, to really push the envelope, to really explore the different aspects of what TV is supposed to really bring out of people. And when I think of TV in a sense, people used to say, well, is your show on YouTube? I'm like, no, no, my show's on TV. I'm on cable TV. And not to always throw it to someone's face, but to me, I want to really show people that TV can be a tool for learning. So hopefully next year I will have, well, one of my projects is to do a documentary about Brooklyn movies.
Okay.
And I'm going to present that to Brick hopefully by the end of the year.
All right. Well, see, and obviously a wonderful thing because you're on this show. This show is
Yes.
on Bronx, and it's an educational. That's why I like to have people on that can talk about things to be entertaining, but also have wisdom, knowledge,
Hmm.
gifts that they can share. Because you don't. There are a lot of shows like that, but there aren't. If you know what I mean.
Right. Yes. Yes. I
Yeah.
know
So
exactly what you mean. Oh,
the
yes.
content it has to be on on that level. Um,
Yeah. And even with that said, I have three of the most fantastic hosts that you can even ask for: Tony Young, Jill Foster, and Carrie D. Singleton. I mean, these three individuals know how to really bring the best out of the guest. And there is no way I could say, hey, do I want to put you with him? I mean, it doesn't matter which host I put them with, because whichever host it is, they're going to really draw the information out of that particular person.
right. Right. And I would again bringing that up. Thank you so much for having me on Pike TV and
Oh,
having me
yeah.
in
Oh,
the
yes.
magazine. I appreciate that so much, man. Because we have to look out for each other. So here it is, we're coming around the corner, so that I was able to have you here and sit down, and also had Miss Tony on the show. Got to get Jill.
And see,
That looks like the back. Who's that down in that corner?
yeah, see that little guy right there. See
Hold on,
now, see this
let me
is,
do my close up, brother Michael. There you go.
yeah, you see, this is the anniversary issue of the magazine.
Yes.
And you see the person is Karen Spooner. She is our I mean, she's something. By fact, she's our first. I mean, our frontline essential worker.
Hmm.
So she was put in the magazine because we we want to honor those who really do good by their community.
Of course.
So yeah. So this was our anniversary issue, and Karen's on the cover.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. So, all right, cool. So time flies, man. So, right, basically, we are. I want to take a short break.
Okay.
Give you a second to go back there and find out what's in those bottles. So when we come back, you can tell me what's going on behind your shoulders back there. So we're gonna make that happen. But we're gonna do a short break. Come back with more, Brother Michael, on After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. We'll be right back.
Paul,
Yeah, Angel.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
I love you. Do you love me?
What's your definition of love?
It was just yesterday that you walked away from me.
Yes, I did it. And I did it over and over and over again.
The bad part was I had to steal to get what I wanted, to satisfy my wants, my needs, and my desires.
I mean, everything seemed so good and perfect. Until...
But none of that mattered because I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it. And what I wanted was...
I know. Stress, no sleep, overeating, over drinking, sex partner after sex partner with no protection. I mean, but I felt like you failed me at times. My confession?
My confession.
My confession is...
My confession?
Thank you for listening.
All right, welcome back to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I think Brother Michael had a little technical difficulty, but we'll just wait for him to roll on back in. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in, and you should know each and every Monday night, 10:30, you can catch us here on BronxNet TV, Optum Channel 68 or Files 2143. If you don't have, obviously, you may not be here in the Bronx, you might be all over the country somewhere else. You can catch us on BronxNet.tv, which is the website, which is the site, and you just go on and there's banners up at the top and use the tabs, and you just click the tab that says watch, and then the stations will open up, and then it's Channel 68 or 2143 Monday nights at 10:30. Yeah, you continue to watch because we have so many more wonderful guests coming up on the show in the near future. And again, I appreciate everyone who has been tuning in. So tonight, I know Miss Tony is out there watching. Miss Tony Young, Miss Tony, and you can catch her. As I said, she was on the show already. And we got to reach out to Jill Williams Foster and Kerry D. Singleton for the show. So hopefully we'll get Brother Michael back in shortly, and we can finish up with the show. It looks like he's popping in, coming into the green room now. So we'll just hang out and see what's happening. And I know what it is. He was scared. Because I started talking about those bottles and that the liquid back there in the bottles. and then he just kind of jetted, or he was nervous. He had to come sit on the love seat.
See stuff in the back.
On the love seat right here, and so just give me a thumbs up when you're ready, brother Michael. I see you back down there. Are you ready? All right, cool. I told you somebody went back there to get rid of those bottles.
Yeah. Oh yes.
All right, good deal, man. Well, welcome back to the show.
Yeah. Thank you for welcoming me back. Yeah, something happened to the internet apparently, and
yeah, man, it's all good. I've been there, done that. So you know how it is. One internet don't stop no show. We got to keep rocking and rolling.
Well, without a doubt.
So here we go, man. This is a special half of the show. A lot of my people that support and watch the show love this half because it's where we put you on the romantic funny man's love seat.
Oh, okay.
See what you got going on. You had some good answers about yourself in the first half. So let's see where you are on love and romance. You ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, here we go. First one. What is your definition of love, and why is it important to you?
Love. Okay, let me just see if I can get this out right. I don't know if it's a definition of love or it's just a feeling of a sensation that you have for someone. It kind of really helps the person to understand when you're with that person, you enjoy that person, and that person brings out the best in you. I mean, you can love what each of you guys do, because when someone said, man, I love the way you move, but not the word love as where I really have a deep sensation for you. And I really care about what you do. Mm-hmm. So many years ago, I came across a thing where someone says, if you don't say you love someone, but you have to mean when you say it, and you have to understand what you say it.
Right.
So when my grandmother passed, I never told her that I loved her. Mm-hmm. And I've said that if I really feel that way about someone, I won't let them know that. I mean, even if it's even if it's a friendship,
right?
It's like, yo, man, I love you, girl, love you, guy. So if you ever hear me say that, it's very sincere.
Sincere, exactly.
Oh, very sincere.
And why is that important to you, brother?
It's what's instilled in me. It's like when you don't say something, then nothing really comes out. I mean, you're just there. I mean, you have to really have some sense of yourself. And I feel that by expressing yourself, you're allowing yourself, I mean, not to be too vulnerable, but at least to have that concept.
Right.
Okay. And at least it helps you to understand where you're at as a person.
That's right. All right. Okay, let's move to the next word. Romance. What is your definition of romance, and why is that important to you?
Romance. What?
It's a clean show, brother.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to keep it clean. I mean, that's the whole point.
That chuckle was kind of like, oh boy.
Well, romance, it's really a way of expressing yourself on a digit by digit basis. You have to say, okay, if I'm going to be involved with someone, even if it's a friendship thing, you have to at least show something. Mm-hmm. So if I'm going to get romantically friendship with you, it's like, okay, so how can I keep this thing going for a little bit? Because some people say, man, I haven't heard from you in a while, or where have you been? So romantically, you have to really be there for that person, not just physically, but just mentally. It's more of a mental thing. Mm-hmm. That everyone thinks you have to always be physical with someone. No, you don't have to be.
Okay.
Mental salvation is the best thing for anybody. That shows really that you really care for that person. You love that person to a point where you feel them every day because you listen to what they're saying.
Gotcha.
So, because if I was to call someone, not just to say, okay, what's going on? I'm not trying to, I just say, it's as most people say, well, if you meet someone, what you're going to talk about. I already know what to talk about. How you doing? How's the family? That's that engaging that people really feel comfortable with. So it may not be romantic, but it's stimulating.
So are
So
you
that
are you connecting romance with stimulation? Because I got
yes,
to
yes, I
keep.
am.
Okay, so I just want to make sure
Yes,
to
yes,
keep
yes,
us on the
yes,
path. All right, cool. And,
yes. Oh
and,
yeah,
and the second part of that, because you kind of answered the questions inside your answers,
right.
but why is that important to you?
Why is that important for me? It it allows me to grow, and growing is always a good thing. It's because if you don't grow with a relationship, no matter what stage you're in, then you're really not moving nowhere at all. And you have to really grow with any relationship.
Mm,
You have to grow, and if you want to say if a friendship has to grow, you have to really be there.
right. Okay, I got you. So on answering those two questions, very good. What on a scale of 1 to 10, where would Brother Michael put himself on the romantic scale? On a scale of 1
20,
to 10. Who?
25, 25, 25.
And
It
listen,
ain't
that's
no doubt.
cool. No doubt. That's cool.
It
I'll
ain't
take
no
that.
doubt about it.
But,
It's
but, okay. So
why?
now, no. Well, not why, but give us an example of why you put yourself at a 25. What have you done, or what would you do to exemplify a 25?
Something that most people would not do, and that's to actually engage in the most central part of any relationship, and that's listening. If you don't listen to anybody, where you gonna go? How you gonna achieve your goal of even having a friendship with anybody?
Got you.
I mean, and plus two, you also have to have that funny side of yourself, where that you have to have that joke every so often to make that person giggle, laugh, or something. So when it comes down to that, plus you have to know how to know the right restaurants to go to. That's key with anything. I'm not a movie person, but if I had to go out to a movie,
Yeah,
I'm more of an action movie person
action
anyway.
do
Yes,
it. Okay.
romantic movies. I'm not a romantic movie.
I'm laughing because you sound like a dating site. You sound like you sound like this is your video for a dating site.
Well, yes, just in a sense. I mean, when you practice what you preach, you
Yes,
become
sir.
good at it.
Because you got to be careful. Me and you on the screen, and you talk about movies and then a restaurant. I'm like, all right, pull back.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
right, cool. Let me get you this one.
Okay.
In relationships, respect, honesty,
Yes. Yes.
and trust are important.
Without a doubt.
Tonight, right now, because where we are, I'm going to let you take one of those out, and you can still have a successful relationship. Which one are you removing from your relationship?
I wouldn't remove any of them because
Okay,
you
but
have to have.
you have to.
I have to
Yes, you
remove.
have to for this.
Well,
Yes.
well, I can't take out trust. So what are the other three again?
There's respect, trust, and honesty.
Respect, trust, and honesty. Well, see, I'm all of that. See that's the issue for me. I am all of that. But if I was to take one out, I would damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm really thinking about this one because this is borderline crazy.
Well, here's the thing about it. Why you think? Do you know that sometimes in relationships, people are lacking one, two, or three, or one of them, and you still make it through? It's
Yes,
hard,
that is
it's
true.
difficult, but in this case, like I said, you don't have to worry about it failing. You're gonna have a successful relationship, but you got to take
No
out.
matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta take out one.
Yes.
Okay. I would take out. See, I don't want to take out. See, to me, trust is important. Respect is important. All right, okay. I don't mean to put myself on the spot, but I would say, okay, respect.
Okay. You don't have to explain why. Again, you just have to just take
No, I
it.
can't.
Right. Right. Okay. So you take respect out. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you have to take respect out.
That's cool. We'll move on. Give me 3 things that attract you to a woman.
3 things:
3 things that attract you to a woman.
her knowledge, the way that she carries herself, and how the world sees her as an individual.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that. That's new. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 3 things that you just don't appreciate about women, that you don't like about them.
Trifling,
All right.
disrespectful,
Okay.
and I'm trying to think of one of those good 10-syllable words here that I normally could come up with.
10-syllable words. Okay.
Yeah, unlikable.
Unlikable. Unlikable. That's 4. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough.
Cool. Yeah, we'll take it. All right, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Unlikable. Someone who's unlikable. All right, cool. Let's go a little bit extra. See where you go with this.
Okay.
You've given out a lot of advice on your career and the things that you know, your craft.
Yes.
Right now, take 1 minute, and give advice to the women out there about dating men.
Okay, if you're going to date any man, of course he has to have that respect for you. He has to at least look into what you're doing. If he only wants to get into your pants, then that's definitely the wrong person for you. But if he wants to get into your mind to understand you, then that's where you want to be. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the fantasy. Oh wow, he's blowing my mind. I could blow your mind too. See, I just did it just now. So where's that putting me?
Right.
So when you allow someone to blow your mind like that, you have to really distinguish yourself. Is this real or it's just a fantasy? So you have to really watch out for that.
Sure. Okay. Good advice. Now let's go to the other side. Give advice to the men about dating women.
Well, if you're going to date any men, it's not about a booty call. It's about understanding what they want and what you want as a team. If you say, okay, well, I'm here, girl, what's up? And you don't have anything else to say, then that's not the right person. You have to really push yourself. So find the woman that you know that's going to really push you and drive you to where you want to be and where you guys going to be together. Because that's the key to any relationship, is working together.
Okay, cool. Fantasy time.
Okay, all right.
You're walking down the street, right? You happen to
Halle Berry. Halle Berry.
Whatever the question is, it's Halle Berry, right?
Yes, Halle Berry.
Okay,
yes.
so watch this is how it just might fit to what I'm doing. Then you kick a bottle over, and out pops a genie. It's a low budget genie. She only has one wish for you. It has to involve love. And your answer was Halle
Berry.
That's like choosing C in a multiple choice question, because
that's right.
9 times out of 10, if you choose C, you're gonna be all right. Okay, cool.
I mean, one of the fantasy interviews that I said that I even said this to one person. I said, if I'm interviewing you two guys and Halle Berry walks in, then somebody has to leave. But maybe it had to be you, because Halle Berry is the one.
Okay, all right. That now we know your crush. We know your celebrity crush.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's not a bad way to go. Not a bad way to go either.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh yeah.
So if Halle Berry just happened to walk in my room, I could cut you off and we could cut this interview off.
No, because I'm driving over there right now. Because I'll bring my camera with me, so make sure I
Come on, now this is getting into extras. Now you want to film her, brother. This is going.
Oh yeah. Oh no, film her, not you, her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's in my home. All right, we won't even go there. We'll set up that situation another time. Cool.
Okay, you got it.
All right. So you know that we talked about respect, honesty, trust. We talked about love and romance.
Right.
You can't use these 5 things, but I want you now to tell me 3 more things that are necessary for a successful relationship. Not using those 5.
Not using those 5.
Not using those 5. 3 more things that are essential or necessary.
Can throw down in the kitchen.
Okay. All right.
For sure. Has a sense of reality. Can distinguish between what's going on and what's not going on. And being true to herself about who she is and who she wants to be, and allow, I would say, that person to help them, to push them to their goals.
Okay, so wait, let me get it right now. You said she asked the cooking is essential, whether it's her, whether it's her, you, or both of you.
Right. Yes.
And then you said being understanding of who that person is, or
right. Yes, it is.
Or he is. They have to know themselves. And what was the second one?
Oh, see, wait a minute. I thought that was the second one.
Okay, so then what was the third one?
Oh, see, what's the third one? See, now you done got me all messed up now.
Well, I just want to make sure that you ain't being mechanical and you're thinking about these answers, brother.
No, some of the answers are just straightforward. I mean, they're right here. They're right here.
That's why I said cooking and someone being sure of themselves, which is
to be true themselves. But then they also have to really allow you to grow with them. That's one of the main things. You guys have to be able to grow together and know your limitations.
Okay.
And by know your limitations, you're able to say, "Hey, I don't like." Okay, let me stop, because you don't want to offend someone.
Sure.
So you have to stop yourself and say, "Okay, let me not offend my better half. Let me try to help her or him to get there."
Right. Okay. All right. So listen, here we go. That was good. You did that fine. Now this is the last thing before I let you off the love seat, man.
All right.
I got a game I call Favorite Sevens. I'm just gonna shout something out, and you give me your favorite. We'll move on, and then I'll let you out of here.
Oh hell. Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'll do that. I'll try to give you what comes to first thing that comes to mind. Hopefully, it's not crazy.
Well, if it is, it's you, brother. So,
I know it is.
All right, here we go. Favorite food?
Ribs.
All right. Favorite song of all time? All-time song?
Rising to the Top by Kenny Burke.
All right. Favorite movie?
The 5 Heartbeats.
Favorite book that you've ever read?
It's I can't get his name. It's in and it's the first book I've ever read too. I can't get his name in my head right now.
Okay.
That's a shame.
I'll give you extra time on that one. We can always go back because you got one. We can go back to it.
Okay.
All right. Favorite vacation spot, even if you've never been there, but hopefully you've been there.
Cancun.
Okay. And I'll throw you a couple of extras because we're working on the book thing. Favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show, The Cosby Show.
All right. So now we're going to do 3 extras because of what you do. Favorite photographer?
Whoa. Me.
There's no stipulations. Okay, stipulations. Favorite director first.
Martin Scorsese.
Okay. Favorite magazine?
Photography Insight Plus magazine.
You're taking the easy road, but I'm gonna let you.
Without a doubt. Well, I would say, okay, if that's the case, then I would say Time Magazine then.
Nah, listen, man, if that's your favorite magazine,
Oh, it is. It is.
it happen.
Technically,
That's
it is my
all
favorite
yours.
magazine. Yes.
Okay. Outside of, so you don't get in no trouble. Outside of Pipe TV,
Hmm.
favorite talk show host?
I knew that was going to come up. My favorite talk show host outside of Pipe TV. That would have to be. I haven't really thought about that one, but that one, I mean, I thought you would ask me something else, but I would say Arsenio Hall.
Okay. All right. What did you think I was going to ask you? I'm just curious, and then you can answer it.
One of my favorite guests is
Okay.
John Canada Terrell.
Got you. All right.
Yes, and if I want to go a step further, as far as musical or music, it's Miss Troy.
Okay. Did you remember the book yet?
No, but I know it's a slave book, and it's a shame that I can't even remember the name of the book or the name of the slave that. And it's a shame too, because I see that. I see that. Yeah, I see that.
You watching stuff too? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
All right. So let's do one more.
Douglas.
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass. Yes.
Frederick Douglass. Okay.
Frederick
All right.
Douglass. See, you know the company. Yeah. I read his autobiography from end to end,
Okay.
and it felt like I was right there.
Sweet. All right. Last one. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Here we
Yes.
go. Favorite time of the day for love making for you?
Favorite time of the day. Let's see. What time is it? Right about now.
Yeah, it's whatever time. Listen, that worked for you, brother. That worked for you. I'm good to go. And with that answer, Brother Michael, you are now off the Romantic Funny Man's love seat, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
This was fun. I appreciate you. I'm dropping up all your information.
Okay.
Up on the screen. I want to thank my producer Smoke and program director Denise DeGiorgio Cooney, and also Miss Tony and Jill and Carrie D. Singleton.
Yeah, Carrie D. Singleton.
Crew, and all that good stuff. They can watch out for you.
Right, but let me just say, besides those three, you have Jeanette Boyd, you have Tanja Hayes,
Okay.
Dara Bragg, Danielle Butler, and besides Mr. Tyreek, you also have, oh my goodness, Karen Spooner as well. That is the team.
Okay. Well, listen, great work, all of them, man. And anytime you got some stuff going on, you come on back. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen, guys, I want to thank you guys out there for watching here on BronxNet TV, and want to make sure you guys continue to catch the next episode. If you want to catch up with me, Shawn Cornelius on Facebook, also Shawn Cornelius, comedian Shawn Cornelius 65 on Instagram, and Shawn Cornelius Entertainer on YouTube. So as I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And if you're not going to take care of yourself for yourself, please take care of yourself for me, for Brother Michael. Keep us all safe in what you do. All right. So Lula May, this is Lula May and Cornelius, his baby boy. I'm Shawn Cornelius saying good night. God bless you. I'll catch you around the corner on the next episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. Be safe, Brother Michael. Peace.
All right. Take care.